What's going on, Big Bang family? It's your boy Big Bang Joe, and you know I'm coming with that straight fire because you know I never disappoint. Today we're gonna be talking about how you can get over $100,000 in business credit card funding from institutions that only pull from Experian. When you're dealing with business credit, the best way to get it funding is going by the different credit bureaus and who they pull, and basically stacking up your credit cards with each bureau. For example, if you got TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So you want to first go to TransUnion and find 3 or 4 credit cards that pull from TransUnion and apply for those business cards. Then you want to go to Equifax, find 3 or 4 cards that pull from Equifax. Then you apply for all of them. And then you go to Experian, find 3 or 4 business cards that pull from your Experian credit report and just apply for 3 credit cards with them. So now you have 3 different credit bureaus that have 3 or 4 different inquiries on 3 different credit bureaus, right? So if you apply for 3 cards with TransUnion, Experian doesn't know that you applied for 3 cards with TransUnion. Equifax doesn't know that you applied for 3 cards with Experian. All right. So now you can get well over 6 figures in funding just from using your different credit bureaus. That's some sauce for y'all because some people don't know that. And some people don't know that's how you take advantage of business funding. All right. So before we get started, if you're new here, welcome. And make sure you go leave a comment and let me know that you are new here so I can welcome you to the family personally. And before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and turn your notification bells on because I will be dropping videos every day and you don't want to miss it. All right, so let's get right to it. So the first institution that pulls from your Experian credit report is going to be Chase. All right, I picked Chase first for a specific reason. With Chase, they have a rule called the 524 rule, which means that you can't have 5 recent accounts in the last 24 months of applying for credit, right? If you want to go for business funding with Chase, you don't want to have 5 recent accounts in the last 2 years. It's simple as that, right? So you want to make sure you go for Chase first so you can get this account before you start going for other funding. All right, I hope that makes sense to everybody. So with Chase, there's several credit cards, right? I'm not gonna go into full of detail, but just know that they do pull from Experian. So you can get the Inc. Business Premier card. This card has a good welcome bonus, but it has a $195 annual fee. A lot of people, if you're new to going for business funding, you probably don't want to pay an annual fee. So that's good. That's okay, right? If you don't want to pay an annual fee, then you got the Inc. Business Unlimited. All right, that's a $0 annual fee, and it also has a pretty good welcome bonus. And then you have another card as well that you can go for. All right, so I'm not gonna go into details. I'll do this in another video. But again, you can go for Chase. They have the 524 rule, so you want to be very aware that you don't have 5 new accounts within the last 2 years when you go for Chase. This is why this is one of the first options that I chose. So when going for Chase, you don't want to have a bunch of new personal accounts. All right, cool. So the next institution we're going to talk about is American Express. All right, American Express. So with American Express, what people didn't know is that as soon as you apply for American Express and get approved for a card and get one hard inquiry, they won't pull your credit again. They won't hard pull you ever again. All right. So this is very special because you can get, let's say you get the American Express business credit card and you get approved. Let's say you get the gold card. You can go apply for another business credit card with them and they won't pull your credit. So you can essentially get 3 American Express credit cards with only 1 hard pull. And the thing about Experian is you can get those inquiries removed very easily, especially when they're on the business side, because when you have business accounts that are opening up, they don't report to your personal account. So that means you can go sweep that inquiry very easily. And I do have a video talking about how you can remove inquiries in 24 hours with Experian with just 1 phone call. All right, so y'all make sure y'all want to check it out. I'm gonna leave it in the description. So American Express has some great cards. You know, a lot of people, American Express is top tier. You know, a lot of people love American Express. Again, I'm not gonna go over these cards, but I'm gonna talk about them just a little bit. All right, so this card has a $695 annual fee, and again, a lot of people probably don't want to pay $695 for an annual fee. But, you know, they got other options for the business cards, and a lot of people go for these when they have a new business. And this is the Blue Business Cash Card, all right? And they have a pretty good welcome bonus. You can earn a $250 statement credit after you spend $3,000 in purchases on this card in the first 3 months. So, as you see, you know, you can go for these cards, and then if you get approved for the business cash, you can apply for any other business credit card. And guess what? You won't get a hard inquiry to your credit report after you get the first hard inquiry. And it really doesn't matter anyways, because we can get them sweet. Cool. So the next card we're going to talk about is the Navy Federal Low Biz credit cards. I actually did a review on these cards, and I talked about how I got 2 of them. So y'all want to check that video out. I'm going to leave it in the description as well. So with this card, they pull Experian. So the misconception with Navy Federal is just because they pull on the personal side from TransUnion, people think that they pull from TransUnion on the business side. But no, that's not true. They pull from Experian, okay? And when they pull from Experian, again, you can get the inquiry sweep, and then you can get this credit card. So while I'm talking about it, I'm going to say this. So if you want to go for these cards at the same time, you can do that. Right? You can do that by opening several tabs and applying for these cards one by one, because the inquiry is not going to actually show up for about 10 or 15 seconds. All right. So a lot of people don't know that. But what I did personally is I applied for the card. Let's say I applied for the American Express card. When the inquiry shows up, I will call and get it removed. And after 24 hours, I will go apply for the next card because the inquiry is not showing up anymore. All right. So, I mean, you can save time by doing it this way, but I want to make sure the inquiry is gone, and I don't want to risk the inquiry being on my report before I apply for the other ones, because you know some business or some institutions are inquiry sensitive. All right, so I get the inquiry removed, then I go back and apply. It's not gonna hurt you to apply for a card every day. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to do that, man. You gotta take your time when you want to get this funding. Like this, you can get over 250,000 on credit cards. At the very least, you can get 100,000 on business credit cards, so you can go run some plays, so you can go get this money. All right, so I'm giving y'all the play on how to do that with just Experian. All right, I'm gonna talk about TransUnion and Equifax in another video, but I'm talking about Experian. You can get 100,000 with just Experian credit pools. And listen, I hope this is making y'all excited, because you can get funding from several institutions that pull from one credit bureau and have 6 figures and have access to 6 figures. Like, that's crazy. I hope y'all really thinking that and understanding that. So yeah, you can get this card. I did a review on this card if you want to go check it out. But yeah, they go up to 25,000 on these cards, so you can go get the 25,000. So boom. All right, so now the next institution that pulls from Experian with their credit cards is PNC. You probably already know that I did a review on these credit cards with PNC Bank, so they pull from Experian. You can get several cards with PNC with one hard pull. You can get 2 credit cards. You could probably get 3. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure if you get 3, but I know for a fact I got 2 credit cards with PNC Bank with one hard pull. Okay, and you can go get the bag, and they pull from Experian again. Like, you can get these cards as soon as they pull your credit. You can remove the inquiry. So you can go get the bag with PNC Bank if you go apply. They pull from Experian, much like these other institutions. Again, so let's say this. Let's say you go get 2 cards from PNC Bank. Let's say you get 2 $15,000 cards. You got $30,000 from one bank. Now you got $30,000 in business credit. Now let's say you go to Navy Federal. Let's say they give you a $25,000 credit card. Boom. Now you have $55,000 in business credit. All right. Let's say you go to Chase. Chase gives up. They're pretty generous when you have a relationship with them. Let's say you go to Chase and they give you another $25,000 credit card. All right. What's that? You got 30 plus 25. That's 55. Then you got 25. Now you got 80,000. You got 80,000 just from 3 institutions. Now let's say you go get your business credit card from American Express. Let's say you get the blue business and the blue business cash card. Right? So let's say they approve you for $10,000 on each of those cards. Now you have $100,000 and you only use one credit bureau. Like, let that sink in. Now you have $100,000. You have $100,000 that you can invest into your business or even start a business. Okay? Now you can start a business. And a lot of people try to save $100,000, right? A lot of people live their life trying to save. They try to hustle up $100,000. Imagine if you can get access to $100,000 with just a click of a button. Now you just saved 1, 2, 3 years of your time, and now you can just go straight to investing, and you can hustle on the back end, right? Now you can do so much when you have access to this type of funding, and I want you guys to understand that. And I hope I put y'all on game because you can go get $100,000 just from using your Experian hard pulls, right? This is called credit stacking. And imagine if you get $100,000 just from using Experian. You can get $100,000 from using TransUnion. You can get $100,000 from using Equifax. Now you have over $250,000. You have over $250,000 now, and you can go invest in the real estate. You can go invest into any big play you want. Like, you can start your business. You can market your business. You can buy a laundromat, right? You can buy a car wash. You have $300,000 to invest. You can invest this money the correct way and create cash flow so that you can get rich. We're trying to get rich around here, man. Now you got access to the money to do that. All right, I'm putting y'all on game. I hope y'all are taking this information, right? I hope y'all are as excited as I am for you, because when I was exposed to this information, it changed my life. All right. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned, because you know I'm coming with that fire. I just put y'all on game, and I will be dropping the TransUnion Equifax credit stacking next. And if you have some of these cards, let me know down in the comments. Let me know how much business credit that you have and what's your next investment opportunity. All right. Thank y'all for watching. And always remember, the top ain't going nowhere. You just got to get there. Let's get it.
Had to go and get it. Steady grinding just behind the scenes. I've been on a mission. Gotta touch him by any means.
Said we can go high five.